This afternoon, you're listening to the Todd LaBorwit Show, Real Estate Radio and Salem Broadcast Network, WRC 1260 AM. I'm your host, Todd LaBorwit, and this segment is brought to you by Topaz Mortgage, our preferred partner for mortgage brokering. In the studio with us now is Ray Hutzler. He's with Insulators Home Exteriors. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
I got some tough questions for you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're in a tough area because we're running out of land. And that land is the new homes that are going up. But there's a lot of these other homes that have been around like 20, 30, 40, 50 years. They all need remodeling.
That is very true. In the past 7-8 years, there's been a great deal of, people, basically a lot of pent-up demand. I mean, the economy has been kind of tough. So there is a variety of different things. There's even the come back to the house. The kids, we're finding that the kids are actually coming back to some of the houses and they want a little bit more privacy. So I think that as the economy moves forward, we're going to be in a good position. And this area thrives off of home improvements. It's just a great area for them.
Right, but the thing is, there's a lot of home improvement contractors that are out there. And a lot have gone out of business. True. And there's others that have stayed in business. Like you guys have been in business for over 35 years.
37, but who's counting?
Well, your website says 35.
Okay. Got me there.
Okay. And what I have is people have houses. So when someone's looking for a house and they go into a neighborhood, they don't have an upgraded kitchen or the roof has like 6 months left from the home inspector telling them this. Do they want to buy that house or do they want to buy another house that they don't have to put up with all those headaches where the work was already done?
Well, I'm not necessarily a real estate person to answer that question, but realistically, some people do buy fixer-uppers. By doing that, they do have a value because that value is basically perceived to be a little higher, and the house become more in that in that neighborhood.
So are you saying that when someone goes in and they upgrade their roof or the windows or the siding or the exterior concretes, and someone goes shopping, not only can they enjoy the benefits of the home improvement, when they sell the property, the value is going to jump up too?
Yeah, the value will jump up. But the real concept is people have to be aware of where the market is. In other words, in this area, Kensington and Bethesda are some big, huge markets where people are buying houses and literally knocking them down and putting up new ones. But there is the opportunity where people are also going in and remodeling or adding to that. And that market, especially since the Homeland Security people have been around here, NIH is growing. That particular market right there has expanded, and we do a lot of work in that area because there's a lot of people that want that.
And what's interesting with your name, it's called Insulators Home Exteriors. And you cover a lot, but utility bills are on the rise.
Absolutely.
It's panicking. It's kind of like the kids are leaving the lights on. They're turning the air conditioning down to 65 or something because they want to stay cold and they forget that it's when they leave the house. And when mom or dad come home, they find out that who did this.
Absolutely.
And the bill jumps up. But there are ways to take an old home and do these improvements, enjoy them while you're in the house, and they'll last a long time. So when you sell it, you'll get your money back.
One of the best investments that you can make, dollar for dollar, penny for penny, is insulation. I in the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've been up in a couple attics and people have virtually no insulation. By adding a 10 to 12 inch layer of insulation, you can actually, it's amazing what you can actually do. You're not going to have the cold because, not going to have the cold drifting down from the walls and different things like that. But insulation is probably the least inexpensive thing. Then next comes windows. And of course, obviously, if your roofing is going bad, you're going to know about that. But windows, the technology of windows in the past 10 years, I'm going into homes now that are 10, 12, 15 years old, and they're replacing the windows because they're just inadequate. Because the frames are metal, the spacers and different things, and so the glass is just not competing with what's out there now.
Also, when the house shifts, those metal windows aren't going to really shift with the house, and then you got some flow coming through. And
oh yeah, we do it. That and patio doors is another thing. Patio doors, sills will move and all over the place. But probably in terms of increasing your housing value, if you compare what the national averages are around here, if you replace your front door, you're getting a value back when you sell the house of over 125%. Add a deck addition. Now this is national numbers, and you get back over 112%. Remodel your kitchen, you're getting back almost 100% of your investment. Bathroom remodeling, 98%, and window replacement is around 93%.
Now, how are those statistics come? Is it a real estate appraiser that's coming up with those numbers, or is this like someone else?
Well, this is a national company called Realtors.com, where we get our information from. The great thing about nowadays is the information is out there. People, are constantly looking for the better people, for people to go and visit the individual or our website. We would certainly like to sell something to them, but we also educate them so that they make the proper decisions. And that's pretty much out there before.
Great. By the way, if you're just tuning in, I have with me Ray Hutzler. He's with Insulators Home Exteriors. I'm your host, Todd LaBorwit, and you're listening to Salem Broadcast Network, WRC 1260 AM. Let's get into customer service.
Yes, sir.
Everyone's got materials. Everyone's got their installers. But what really matters to me is when someone has a problem with their windows or their siding or their insulation or their roof, they call up and they say, I have this problem, and the person that installed it says, don't blame me, call the material people. And the material people say, don't blame me, who installed it for you? How do you protect our homeowners from getting the runaround?
Well, we have probably the average mechanic that works for us has been working for us for 8 to 10 years. And they have standards that they have to meet all the time. And they're backed up by the fact that the salesperson goes out and makes sure that the job is going on, and effectively doing what the contract had called for. Okay, so we don't subcontract. So, and being around 37 years, we've done virtually all the problems that someone's had. We've already initially experienced that, and we're able to handle and create a solution for them.
Now, in today's world of technology, God, your eyes are opening up like I'm making you nervous. You're a good guy, so you have nothing to worry about. In today's technology, the proof is in the pudding, and the cream always rises to the top. Are you on Yelp, Angie's List? How are all your reviews?
All of them. Okay.
Because that's where the real results come out.
Right. If you go and visit our website, you're going to actually be able to go on Home Advisor. By going on Home Advisor, you will see the responses, the top 5 responses of people that we have currently serviced or actually done business with. So that's a great way to go. Of course, Yelp, a lot of people don't know, but you can actually pay to be on Yelp. So if you're paying to be on Yelp, you're going to get maybe a little tainted view of the individual company. But your reviews are strong. I would say our reviews are very strong. Like I say, we can satisfy a lot of problems that a lot of people never seen before. But that's not, that's when you're really getting into the contracting part of it. Windows, siding, doors, are pretty much standard stuff, that as long as you're getting a quality product, we pride ourselves on providing our consumers with a good selection of products that aren't the second, third, and fourth. They're pretty much the first and the second level. Now,
Ray, on your website, it's showing that you have a numerous awards that the company has won over the last 37 years. And you also have a showroom?
Yes, we have a showroom in Burtonsville, Maryland. It's open, traditional hours from 9 to 4, and on Saturdays by appointment.
And what happens if someone needs an estimate in their home or just wants to get a review to get their energy bill lower?
Everybody goes out. In other words, we send out one of our reps, which is what I do. We go out and talk to the customer and try to fulfill or fill their needs.
Is there a cost associated with that?
No. All our estimates are free. A lot of people think that people are charging, but that's a misnomer.
And how long does it usually take for an estimate?
Well, we're not like some of the companies that camp out overnight. Okay.
What do you mean by that?
Well, there are companies out there that are basically marketing organizations. So, it's a one-call close for the salesperson, so we can't really go back and satisfy the customer and do the right job. We basically come in, and if it's an hour or 2 hours, whatever it may be, we're not going to sit there and try to browbeat them. We quote them the price and let them think about it, because everybody's got to think. It's a big decision.
And it's a lot of money.
And
do they have to use a check, get a home equity line of credit from a mortgage person or a bank, or do you guys provide financing?
We do have financing, but I think that most of the financing can come in.
Perfect. Well, Ray, thanks so much for being here from Insulators Home Exteriors. Check out his website,